What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the History Hyenas. I'm Chris Distefano. Got my co-host Yannis Pappas. We're correspondents on The Daily Show. We're two Armenian kids from New Jersey, and
we just got our license to open our hot dog stand. We'll be on 14th Street and 10th Avenue. It doesn't matter.
So come down to 14th Street and 10th Avenue. We'll be there tomorrow selling
because
tickets.
we're trying to put our grandkids through school.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday, November 38th.
Yeah, the year's 1946. It doesn't matter.
You got to understand that nothing matters. We got reviewed by the New York Times, which is a huge deal for us. Reality is just a suggestion. When you start this podcast, I've said it again, I just need to remind some of our new fans, because we have a lot of new fans. Thank you guys for the fans who are new to the matriarchy, the fans who have went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys and officially joined the matriarchy. And I've said I'm going to give up my pseudo penis to the Lord and Savior herself, Venetia. And they're giving us money, and then you become a non-toot. You're a fucking prostitute if you keep listening to this for free, and that's just what it is. Eventually, we will suck your blood. But I just want to say welcome, and just to the new fans, reality is a suggestion for the next hour. So wherever you're listening to this, in your car, on the elliptical,
Hong Kong, Lebanon.
Hong Kong, Lebanon. You're listening to this wherever you are. You could be at a DNC rally or with the Klan. It doesn't matter.
Or you're an executive from Comedy Central.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
You're an executive from Comedy Central that left because you smelled that there were more truffles somewhere else, and now, but all of Los Angeles is on fire anyway, so you're just gonna have to move.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So my point is this: reality is a suggestion.
We're freedom fighters.
We're freedom fighters. We're gonna talk. We're fucking woke. We're dope. We're the new Crusaders. Okay,
but not in the Christian way.
Not in the Christian
way.
In
the Muslim way.
Yeah, in the Muslim way. We're fucking jihad for cocks.
We're jihad. We're Crusaders for jihad.
Yeah. If the Crusades were today, I'd be full Muzzy. I'd be on the Muzzy side.
Yeah, but you're also a Chinese kid.
Yeah, I'm a Chinese kid from Amsterdam.
And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, because you're also a cookie, and cookies crumble.
And cookies do crumble, and I've been wearing and supporting Tommy John underwear, which are $35 a pair, and I farted and blew holes through all of them.
Yeah, and
so the material sucks.
And I have no underwear on at all. As look as.
Yeah. So I just paid $35 a pop to just blow one fart out, and then there's just a hole in them. So Tommy John, if you're listening, you can't be a sponsor until you gotta have quality for big butts.
You do.
Okay? Because Yanni noticed that I was in a bad mood today, and it's because my butt was hungry.
Yeah, you're a big-butted kid that needs a bite.
Yeah, I need a bite.
There's a couple of hours a day that you're a big-butted kid who needs a bite.
Yeah, I just need a bite.
And you want to stay out of that big-butted kid's way when he needs a bite.
Yeah,
because he could throw hands at you because he's hungry.
I'm a fucking hangry kid. Shout out Paulie Gassi. Thanks for taking me early today in boxing. Let me get a workout in. You also told me that your favorite drummer of all time is Animal from the Muppets.
It's what it is. Tickle Me Elmo's half price out of the car outside of his mom's garage.
That's what he told me today. He was dead serious, and you're just an F&B kid, and next time I see him, I'm going to kiss you right on the lip.
That's what you're going to do.
I'm just a good kid who likes to kiss on the lips, and I like to suck the lower lip and lick your teeth.
And that's what it is.
As look as.
And here's a true story. I am completely out of underwear. I have one pair of underwear, and that underwear is in my car, and that underwear is from my my recently passed away dad's underwear drawer.
Yeah, you're wearing your dead dad's undies.
No, it's in the car. I didn't even put them on because I forgot them in the car.
Yeah.
With the rest of the boxes of the T-shirts that have been in there for 4 days, I don't know why someone hasn't broken into my car yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can just wear for undies, because all the T-shirts from the Gramercy Theater show that we didn't sell, you could just cut one out and make them undies.
I could do that as well.
Yeah.
But Venetia, when she was just sitting in my back seat, she was sitting on my dead dad's undies.
Yeah, it's just what it is. Venetia feels nice and safe today because she's on the 4th floor, and Patty Fly Balls can't touch her hair from there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just what it is. I got friends that are creeps that are going to go down.
Yeah, they just don't do HR sensitivity trainings with the FDNY.
Yeah,
Right.
And when those kids got a couple get a couple bruises in them,
yeah,
all bets are off.
Yeah, HR is a nightmare. If you're an HR department in Ridgewood wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work.
It just wouldn't work.
They'd be like, "Hi, how you guys doing?"
Yeah.
So we wanted to get the whole company together to teach you some of the do's and don'ts of a Earth office environment, and they would go, "Yeah, I got one of the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
Don't be a faggot. Don't be a faggot."
It's what it is.
Yeah.
14.
We may be coming back from a cackle. I don't know, because it was a character piece.
Yeah, Venetia is back from work in Florida, thank God.
That's exactly what the HR would be.
Yeah.
It would take 2 minutes to say, "Don't be a faggot. Welcome to Ridgewood."
It's what it is. Zach's also in here. He shaved his head, but not his beard. So he's fully submitted to Islam now.
He's fully submitted.
Yes.
But the reason why the kid gave himself a haircut with some clippers, he probably bought at Rite Aid, is because the kid had a big show this weekend with the little guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, with the little tranny.
Yeah.
The little tranny that could.
And that kid has no nose. His glasses are just on his
and
face.
what's his name? Fucking Jan? His name's Jan. It's just
Jan. I mean,
he's just got an ambiguous name too. You don't know what he is. He's guy or girl. He doesn't know what the fuck the kid is.
You don't know if he's a little person, big person. You don't know what if he's a baby in
nice.
adult's clothing. I don't know.
He looks like a transgender Jiminy Cricket.
Is what he looks like, and the kid has legit no nose. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The kid could sing.
He really
has
does.
no nose. And I was looking at him saying, how are those glasses staying on his face?
The kid can sing his little estrogen-filled face off too.
He really can.
Yeah, and then Mike's also in here, and Mike's sad because Mike.
There's no Slurpees here.
Yeah, Mike just came in. Yeah, he's sad because he thought they were bringing the McRib back to McDonald's, but they're not.
They're not doing that, and there's no Slurpee. And the kid's having a nice little iced coffee.
Yeah, the fucking Mike's a great kid. Mike's gonna get kissed on the lip.
He is gonna get kissed on the lip, and the only problem with Mike is we're working him to death.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I'm scared, because anytime we have something to do, we just say, "Mikey, do it," and he does it. Whether
Mike,
it's
why
2 in the morning
sad
or
mood
7 in
today?
the morning.
Seriously, is there something all right? I will come over there and tickle
Oh, no,
you.
I was a little tired. That's fine.
Oh, why? Why don't you get some sleep? Remember?
You want to know why he's tired? Because Bobby's a tyrant.
Yeah, Bobby. Thank God, 800-pound gorilla bought this place because we were on our way out.
Bobby, when we leave here, we're taking Mike with us.
Yeah, Zach too, and Venetia. It doesn't matter.
We're the biggest thing on this network.
Yeah, thank God you have us.
That doesn't wear a wig.
It's what it is.
What it is.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
just what it is.
It's just us and Chippy.
Yeah, I'll punch you in the stomach and your shorts will fall down.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everyone could get hands. No matter who you are, you could get hands. And I'm talking to you too. Girls gotta eat.
Yeah, girls gotta eat. Get it in the search engine. Get that name in the SEO.
Yeah, we'll take everybody out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, cuz.
Yeah, Nikki Glazer's reading everybody's texts on air. I'm gonna start doing it too.
Yeah, why not? We're under
reading everybody's texts.
We're under strict order from Dan Soder not to talk to her.
It's what it is. I am a soldier in Dan Soder's war.
I am a soldier in the army called Dan Soder.
Yeah, it's what it is.
And the other girl was his ex-girlfriend. I didn't even know that she was his ex-girlfriend who used to be a tennis player. That girl's from Park Slope.
She's from Park Slope, yeah.
She's from Park Slope.
It's
and
just
now
what
she's
it
a
is.
comedian.
Yeah, they're all comedians. They're all nightmares.
Everyone's a comedian. Like, I mean, it just doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter
if you're a
funny
reporter.
or not.
If you're a journalist, just change careers. Become a comedian.
Become a comedian. We're going to have the kid Michael Moynihan on.
He'll be a comedian next. Venetia's going to be doing stand-up at the Comedy Cellar next week.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's passed at the Comedy Cellar now. Nothing matters. Who gives a fuck at all? Today we're going to talk about, the history we're going to talk about today is the Battle of Dunkirk. And you guys have probably seen the movie with Tom Hardy, which I tried to watch, but it's hard to get through a movie with Tom Hardy because I just want to constantly jerk off. The kid's a handsome, bite-sized little fucking squeak. I mean, that kid's a little pipsqueak, but I mean, make no mistake. Listen to me now and listen to me good.
Listen good.
Tom Hardy will get fucking cracked out. I mean, we'll get cracked open. You're gonna get punched. Listen to me now. Listen to me good.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy will get fucking cracked open. I mean, when I see that guy, he literally, to me, he looks like a fire hydrant with a puss. And I want to bang it out and then come in his fucking fire hydrant ass and yell Trump 2020 and kiss him on the ear.
You see, it just goes off the rails at the end with Chrissy. Yeah. We were with him, and then there's just, he's coming in somebody's face, or there's an open asshole at the end.
Sorry about that.
Or he's saying, in my reality, the
to me good.
Yeah.
If I ever met Tom Hardy in person, he would get kissed on the lips and I'd suck his teeth.
That's what
Word.
You know what would happen because he's a cute kid.
He's a fucking handsome
And this
kid.
is what's going to happen to every cute kid out
And
there.
I tell you what, every time I hear a guy with a British accent, I get a little peeing.
You get a little puke for that, right?
Yeah, my dick gets a little wet. And I think it's chlamydia, but it's not. It just got a drip because you got a British accent.
Yeah, and the reason why
I
is
saw the
because-
1975 this weekend, and I'm fully gay now.
Yeah, and you're also voting for Bernie because that's who they're
Yeah, I'm voting for Bernie because that's who 420 wants to vote for, and I'm just trying to impress her.
Yeah, and so does
I'm
1975.
trying not to let 420 go, but it's gonna probably end.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to stop referring to her by her cell number.
Yeah.
At some point
Well, I'm
soon.
trying to keep her safe, and then people saw me at the 1975 concert in New Jersey this past weekend, and I was with a couple of girls from Comedy Central, and then we posted a picture, and they were all messaging me and her saying that's who 420 is, and it's just not.
And the reason why British accents get you pyoing is because they supported the boys in World War II.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, they supported the boys.
And the reason why French accents don't get you pyoing is because you guys are fucking pussies who got steamrolled by the Luftwaffe.
Yeah, it's by the
Fucking
Luftwaffe.
Stupid. Yeah, the Luftwaffe.
The Luftwaffe, which is the German Air Force. Yeah, we're going to talk about Dunkirk, and it's going to be, let me tell you something about Dunkirk. Dunkirk is interesting. It's mad woke and dope. And the movie Dunkirk, what was the movie called? Was it called Dunkirk?
Dunkirk.
The movie Dunkirk was good. I saw it, but it doesn't tell you like the real story. And it just, a lot of movies do this. And just like how our country does the same thing, you know, America, because anytime, first of all, when you think about World War II, you just think about 1941 to 45, but it started in 1939. It's just America entered in 41.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit that happened. Same thing with Dunkirk. It's like, oh yeah, Britain did a great job leaving, you know, getting their small boats across the bay to get the soldiers back, which is all true. But they also took the British took their own first, and then a lot of French and Belgian soldiers just were left there to be steamrolled by the fucking Luftwaffe.
They were steamrolled.
And people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like when that movie Dunkirk came out in France, there was kind of uproar because they're like, you don't tell that you left like 60,000 French soldiers to die in the beaches. But it's still chaos. It's like, listen, France, okay? If you want to get your boys out, then fucking stop making Pink Panther and get some boats over here.
Just do that.
Yeah, put down your croissants.
You know what it was? It was like that kind of Ronda Rousey Nunez fight going in. Like everyone thinks Ronda Rousey's like this big bad bitch. She's only lost once. It was a fluke. That was the French army because they were saying, hey, this is the best army. It's the biggest army. And then the Germans were just Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
And it came in and just bang, 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 bang. And the girl just didn't know what hit her.
Yeah.
And by girl, I mean you
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cackles, we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
the
just
hottest girl I ever banged in my life was a French man.
Yeah. And the other one, you did bang someone who looked like
Gad
Dominic
Elmalay's here and he has a career, but nobody knows what you're saying, guy.
What?
Gad Elmaleh, he's a big feast. Jerry Seinfeld of France, but
Yeah,
the kid
he's
just fucking prances around on Netflix. It doesn't fucking matter. Kids married royalty.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And the reason why he's the French Jerry Seinfeld is because he uses his jokes.
Yeah,
And that's just what it is. Don't cackle it because it's true.
Yeah, it's true, but the kid's a nice kid, and I like Gad.
He's a nice kid, but he's a joke thief.
I genuinely love Gad Elmaleh. Yeah. I would love to have him on the podcast if he is listening or if you guys
we're just
know it.
kidding.
No, just get Gad Elmaleh on. I don't care about anything he has to say, but he does got a lot of followers.
I don't see.
So it's just
That's what we're doing now. We're in the business of getting you on for your followers.
Listen, guy, if your name is searchable in the SEO search engine, which Mike said the SEO is really important, we just want you on the podcast. You can talk about whatever you want, promote whatever you want. I don't give a fuck.
We don't
If
care.
you're going to help us, then we're going to use you. And if you don't repost when we post, then I'm going to come to your house and smash your face in your mother's mashed potatoes.
Yeah, your face is going into the mashed potatoes. And look, Chris may want Gad on, but I don't want Gad on because he's French.
Yeah.
And the only reason I would want you on is if your country changes the name to Freedom Fries.
It's what it is.
And until then, I don't want anything to do with any French people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And as soon as you get to the next level, Ryan Hamilton, I'm releasing your episode too.
And that's what we're going to do.
I don't give a fuck
That's
anymore,
what we're
okay?
doing.
And you can take it to the Church of Latter-day Saints, whatever you want to fucking do. I'll throw hands with everybody.
Yeah, if you
because
don't-
Jesus is on my side.
And listen, we're in the business of extorting people now. So listen, Ryan Hamilton, if you don't give us 10 grand in cash pronto, somebody's going to be excommunicated from the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, I'm going to tell your fucking followers that you bang girls on the side.
It's a character piece.
That was just character
It's a
piece.
character-
He actually
character
never said
piece.
I think he's a
Yeah,
virgin.
it's
Yeah,
character piece.
he's
Yeah,
a
that's-
virgin. He's a nice kid.
He's a nice
He's just
kid.
a nice kid, and yeah.
That was a play.
It was just a play.
Yeah, that was a play we're doing. It's
Just a play, yeah.
couple firefighters. We always had a dream of doing a
Yeah.
little play. That play's called Dabbling in the Entertainment
Yeah,
Business.
that was the business. We're just kidding around. But yeah, any high-ranking comic besides the ones that I respect, if you try to act, it's not the 80s or 90s anymore, okay? We don't really need you. So if I wrote for you Jerry Seinfeld and you tell me not to curse and I curse and you give me an attitude, your face is going in the toilet.
That's right. You're getting into
Okay?
mashed potatoes.
You're the least funniest part of your own sitcom.
That's what it is. If it wasn't for
But
Larry,
you do got $1 billion, and guess what? I don't fucking care because I'll extort you for all of it.
that's what we'll do.
It doesn't matter.
That's what we'll do. Or we'll kidnap your opener and you won't care because you have a cold heart.
Yeah, you're just a cold-hearted fucking...
You're almost as much of a robot as Robot Venetia. New game coming soon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care
Right.
anymore. We could just say and do what we want because we fight for the Schultz army.
That's what we do.
And he protects us. He falls asleep on his Tesla driving 90 miles an hour at the Tesla KS.
Yeah,
He put on his Instagram, the kid almost died, and I'm happy he didn't. But if he did, I was just going to take his Flagrant 2 podcast.
That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I mean,
Es lo que es.
him and his boy Alex, they drove back from Philadelphia. Was it 90 minutes
Yeah.
in the Tesla? Everyone fell asleep.
Everyone fell asleep. Yeah, and the kid, yeah.
And we were this close to hearing Flagrant 2 brought to you by the Bay Ridge Boys and
Yeah.
the kid who almost had a falafel cart.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Akash Singh.
Yeah, I was going to say, he would have been the biggest loser in that whole situation.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Kaz
'cause,
would
I
be
mean,
there
he's
too.
getting married.
I like Kaz.
Yeah, you can't lose Schultz, okay? It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, if you lose Schultz, it's like that would be like the Nazis without Hitler. They'd have no ambition.
Yeah, you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of the Nazis and Dunkirk, here's what's very interesting about that battle specifically is, okay, so first of all, in France, the French army was supposed to be, before World War I happens, the big winners, of course, France, England, U.S., Germany gets fucking decimated. The Treaty of Versailles, they can't build up an army. They can't do any of that stuff. They have no money. And then Hitler just says in like the early 1930s, he's like, fuck everybody. I'm going to start building the army and I'm just going to start pushing.
Yeah.
He just started doing little pushes. He would just push a little bit into Poland. Then he just pushes a little bit into Belgium. And he just wants to see what the French and British superpowers are doing. And the truth is they're doing nothing. And you want to know the truth why they're doing nothing?
Why is that?
Do you want me to be crystal clear with you right now?
Or you can crumble the cookies.
I can crumble a little bit. People could say whatever they want. Podcasts can say whatever they want. Here's the truth, okay? I read this book, The Nazi Symbiosis, and the truth of the situation is this. France and England, and for that matter, the United States, the fucking boys, nobody wanted to get involved because they knew that Germany's science, which we'll go over later in this episode, was just superior to everyone's because when they're getting they have no money, they have no army, so what they were allowed to do was science during the Treaty of Versailles period, post-World War I, pre-World War II. So what they were starting to fuck with was eugenics. I've spoke about this before on the podcast. They started mixing gene pools, and France and Britain knew that the reason why they were most likely pushing in to get all this territory was to get human subjects for their tests. So France and England were turning blind eyes to this shit and letting countries that they really didn't care about, like Poland and other Eastern European nations, just get their people fucking steamrolled. Like my boy Lukasz, my daughter's godfather, has just got a steamroll face. So that kid's he's got Dachau face if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is. They just taking kids that look like that they don't really, nobody cares about them, unfortunately. They would just, from the German point of view.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not me. I'm not saying me. I'm not saying me.
It's just slipping out. Yeah.
It's not even a character piece.
Yeah.
That's not even a character.
We know it's not a character
piece. Yeah, no,
piece.
those people's bones were just used for bullets.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's not my opinion. I'm saying this is what Germany did. And in some ways, France and England felt the same. They were like, whatever, those countries, they don't have any money, use them as a test subject, so they didn't want to get involved. But then Germany started pushing a little too far, and then France and Britain, to save face, had to start to get involved, and that's when they started to come in Dunkirk. But they really could have stopped them from invading Poland and Belgium if they wanted to, but they didn't.
Well, I think they could have tried, but Germany was a war machine at that point.
Well, yeah, Germany was
to your point, being funded by some pretty big international companies.
Yeah, big international companies were funding Germany's
war machine.
And also the whole idea of a blitzkrieg, which is lightning warfare, was a new modern idea. So
and when he means lightning warfare, it doesn't mean like they were using lightning bolts.
No, yeah, I'm not saying they were shooting lightning bolts.
It wasn't lightning. You said lightning war. He goes, yeah, it was lightning warfare. It means they were just shooting a lot of bullets and they were fucking blitzkrieg. You meaning they were going all out.
Yeah, well, they couldn't be doing lightning warfare.
It's called facing the mashed potatoes warfare.
Yeah, well, they couldn't use lightning warfare anyway because Jews are the ones that control the weather.
That's what it is. So they didn't have that. Yeah, the Jews are the only ones who got the lightning bolts from those clouds.
Yeah,
because those Jews created those clouds.
They created them, so Hitler couldn't get to them.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. So what happened was yes, France had a humongous army, Britain had a humongous army, but like many other, nations, they were basking in the glory of winning World War I and all their machinery, the tanks, the planes, the bombs, the guns. It was all a little archaic by the time 1940 runs around, and Germany had that new shit. Germany had the Panzer tanks, Germany had the Luftwaffe, Germany had high-ranking weaponry that they had practiced and knew how to use inside and out when they started storming into these countries, where France had tanks that they had to read the manuals while they were driving the tanks.
Yeah. Right.
So they were just getting fucking annihilated by the superior German army. So it's in many ways, it's like, it's kind of like how big comedians just get left behind because they don't know how to adapt because nobody cares about the Tonight Show anymore. They just care about the podcast.
Yeah, we're talking to you, Joe Mackey.
Yeah, so it's like, listen. Andrew Schultz is Blitzkrieg and Dan Natterman's Poland.
That's your cast.
But it's true.
We're just kidding. We
just
love
kidding,
you guys.
Dan. Yeah, I don't know what
have
you're
a
doing.
thicker skin.
Yeah, I
Who
don't know.
cares?
You're doing it. I don't know.
We don't care.
Yeah,
we're doing live podcasts.
Yeah, I'd love to. It doesn't fucking matter, Dan. I'd love to come on your fucking show. It's like anybody can do comedy now. Like, I thought you owned the business, but now you got to do comedy. It's just we just got to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
You just take up the table and we just have to be like, yeah, it's great because we want to do the spots.
Yeah.
The truth. We're just gonna take it in the ass until we get to the next level.
Yeah, and then
we're just.
We'll do what we want at that
We'll do
point.
what we want to do. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll use it as a
Es
fucking
lo que
toothpick.
es.
You can't, I think you really can't. Yeah, I mean, that was about as CC
What?
as you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what you
Mike's
call.
editing out.
No, we're keeping it all in, Mikey. You're not the FCC.
Let's have a discussion.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No. Well,
Look, it's all a character.
we're just kidding around. But it's like,
Everything
is
is
everybody, you own a club
Character
now.
piece.
We have to listen to your fucking entertainment. So just put the money in and fucking book the room.
Just be the business.
I mean, we got to just
nobody,
deal with everybody now.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Everybody's got a pocket. What is this? The wait staff podcast now? It's like we all got jobs. Yeah. How about one night? Let's have you do the shows and I'll serve the fucking souvlaki.
Yeah,
Want
there
to
you
do
go.
that?
Yeah, just sit back and enjoy the fact that people
Yeah.
are coming to see us and we're getting paid only a couple dollars in cash while you're making millions.
Yeah.
Just
Well, you're
enjoy.
fucking making millions and we got to fucking suck dick for $75. I mean, you should be giving us $500 a spot.
Really should.
But it's like
Or
it's
take
just-
our names off the lineup.
Yeah.
so
How
people
about
don't
that?
know we're
Yeah.
going
And
to
I'll
be
be
in
a
town.
fucking mystery guy.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
We're not stupid fucking kids.
Es lo
Yeah,
que
that's just
es.
got off a tangent. Let's just go back to the Nazis.
Back to Dunkirk.
I love that going back to the Nazis is a safer space.
Yeah. But you were saying
I was saying this.
We're going wild right now.
Because we go wild every episode.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I'm in a full blackout.
We just met with our manager and he said, "What's the brand of this podcast?" And I said, I wanted to say, it's called the History Hyenas, you fucking stupid truffle pig.
Yeah, just fucking
stupid.
Yeah,
We
well,
go wild.
What we do is we make the fucking we make the people laugh and they explode into truffles and then our manager goes and sniffs them out.
He goes and finds
Goes and finds you their little bags of money.
You can't
All right, go ahead.
underestimate the cultures. It's funny.
You said that real broken.
Yeah, cultures. You can't underestimate the cultures. All right, guys, welcome
Yeah,
to
now it's
History.
your turn. Yeah, because I got to take a breath. I'm lightheaded.
Yeah, you're a little lightheaded. You're a big-butted kid who needs a bite.
Love you, 420.
Yeah. Germany also was desperate. I mean, they're coming from an inflated economy where their money was basically toilet paper because
Hyperinflated.
because their money was toilet paper because they were squeezed by the Allied forces in World War I.
Treaty of Versailles.
Squeezed hard.
They were
Everybody knows
blamed
that.
for They were blamed for World War I.
They should have been blamed for World War
Well,
I.
it wasn't all their fault.
It's always their fault.
Whatever you say.
It's always their fault. Germany can't help themselves because here's the truth.
Yeah, tell us.
Here's the truth. We all are different people that come from different parts of the world, and we all have cultural traits that get into our DNA. And es lo que es. We're all the same. We're all humans, but we're different.
Right.
And Germans, they're just recently civilized people that for most of history was just barbaric tribes. And the Greeks civilized them, and they can't help themselves. You guys are barbarians. You've been trying your whole existence to get at the gates of Rome, get at the gates of Greece, get at the gates of the Ottoman Empire, to lead the Crusades. You guys are bloodthirsty and you got no souls. You're fucking robot Venetias, and you can't be stopped. And it's what it is. So
Word.
you can't say that World War I and World War II happened for any other reason except Germans are fucking evil.
Es lo que es.
But here's the thing. Yes, Germans are recently civilized, but now we are. I don't mean we. I mean German people. German people have.
You're a German kid from Ridgewood.
I'm a German kid from Richmond, but I am 0.8% Greek. Venetia, tell your yaya.
Some is better than nothing.
Something's better than nothing. I'm coming over.
It's definitely better than what she had going on before you in her dad's eyes.
Yeah, I mean that
Es
guy.
lo que
Yeah,
es.
Her dad was like, "Listen, our wedding's not gonna have a salsa band at it.
yeah, yeah,
Word.
We're Greek kids. It's only gonna be bazooka.
yeah.
Dope.
It's just what it is.
And so we're gonna have
Word.
bazooka raki, and there
Yeah,
will be no fucking."
I mean, he had out the roach spray.
Yeah.
Es lo que es.
Yeah, but
the wedding's
Word.
not gonna take place in Chrissy's baby mama's hallway.
yeah, we're not getting this wedding financed by Banco Popular.
You got another thing coming.
There will be no empanadas at the
That's
fucking
right,
wedding.
yeah.
It'll be
Nobody's coming
only
to-
deropitas and spanicopitas.
Yeah,
But I'm
nobody's
not
coming.
going.
And yeah, Mike will not be allowed to go, but believe it or not, I think Mexicans are more welcome than what Venetia had
Yeah,
going
nobody's
on.
coming to this wedding in jeans and football jerseys.
Word.
There will,
Word.
there will be nobody here with a shaped up beard and their eyes tweezed.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
Yeah, and anyone who's related to a minor leaguer. It won't
Yeah.
happen at their wedding.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, Venetia.
Everybody who's comes to this wedding, their cars have to be able to get over a speed bump.
It's what it is.
Es lo que es.
Yeah.
There will be nobody in a Honda Civic at this wedding.
Yeah, it's what it is.
It's what it's going to be.
It's what it is. Nobody at this wedding can own a snake.
There will not be late night reggaeton at the wedding, Venetia.
It's what it is.
Nobody with a pit
Word.
bull in their prom photo.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
There won't be a family going to, when you see the podcast sitting at the podcast table at your wedding, you won't have a bunch of family members of your husband-to-be going, please do a little bit of Marisa.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna say "das it" when you say "I do."
Yeah, so I think
everybody at that wedding's got it. If they're only allowed to have one kid from one woman.
and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I think at this point you could guess the ethnicity of Venetia's late great boyfriend.
Yeah.
Rest in peace from Venetia's father's talking to her.
Yeah, let's just say that kid was thrown over the wall.
Let's just say that kid died via Venetia's father giving her a talking to.
Yeah.
Saying, I know you're having a little fun, but that's not what's going to happen.
That kid went back to working security at the mall.
Yeah. Your father basically was the mother from The Notebook and said, you know what? It's just not going to work out. And your father's been hiding all his letters to you, but you wouldn't be able to understand them because they're in Spanish anyway.
Yeah.
Es lo que es.
All that was a character piece.
Character piece. It's character piece. Yeah, I don't even know. We don't know anything about a person's life. That was a character piece, a little play that I'm working on with my partner.
Yeah.
My partner's Patty Maroney. We're a couple firefighters from Richmond, Queens, and we're dabbling in the diner business. So that was a podcast about a Greek family. That was a play about a Greek family.
Yeah.
There we go. Zach's fucking got a bag of trips and a new haircut.
Yeah, it's just and Zach's he's fully jihad. I mean, he's shaved his head and he's just left the beard.
Yeah, but you know what? I looked at some of their stories and the songs were actually fucking dope.
No, they are good.
Yeah, they're fucking dope. So there's a reason why Zach half pays attention to this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Because he's got all this shit going on. You know what I mean? Whereas me, you, and Mike, this is it, or we're going back to fucking working at 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
You go back to be a physical therapist, and me and Mike will just carry your bags.
Yeah.
Because me and Mike have no choices or education.
Yeah.
Venetia's just going back to Milan if this doesn't work out
Word.
on a work trip.
So Germany was.
Yeah, let's get back
Germany
to
was
it.
getting ready for war this whole time. Everyone else was just tired of war.
Right.
So France, England, they were being on the defensive, even though the war had started in 1939, even though they were invading Poland. They were thinking, you know what? We'll just use the Maginot Line as a way to protect ourselves so we don't have to worry about fighting.
And
Right.
the Maginot Line is so French. How French is the Maginot Line? Like they put like a couple of metal bars on the border.
Well,
And they left Belgium like unguarded.
Well,
They're
that's
like,
the thing.
that's going to keep Germany out.
Well, they did that because very French too, like, politics. It's like, and this goes back to how Germany, most people in Germany, they're little Aspergers. They don't care about your feelings, okay?
they don't have feelings.
They don't have feelings. So what Germany, what the Maginot Line specifically was, is it was France's entire border with Germany. They put a line up. They put a blockade up. But France also shares a border with Belgium. But they didn't want to put the Maginot Line onto Belgium because they were like, we don't want them to think that we don't like them.
Or they were allies at the
They
time.
were allies, but Germany would have just blockaded everybody.
Yeah.
So what happens is then Germany, so they build up this line. They built the fucking whole thing up. France spent a lot of money, a lot of manpower building up this line. Germany invades Belgium. Belgium initially was neutral, but then just lets them in. They got fucking steamrolled.
Yeah.
Belgium only became allies with France. Belgium only became part of the allies after they already got invaded by Germany.
Yeah.
So Germany just enters northern France through Belgium.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
they
mean,
thought
it's
they
like-
could get to the forest.
It's like,
No.
hey, guy,
Right,
you left
that
your
was the problem.
basement door unlocked, guy.
It's what
I'm
it
coming
is.
in that way.
I came in through the
Exactly.
back door.
Yeah, I came in
which
through the
I've
back
been
door.
through the back door a couple of times too.
Yeah, and so has people in our culture. That's why that we're Greek kids.
Yeah.
So it's just what it is. You know what's funny is imagine being that general, that having that's the thing you're known for, is like building this wall that like
Well, he was the minister of defense in France. Right?
yeah, was it
Andre Maginot.
imagine being that kid and that's your like crowning life achievement.
Yeah.
And everyone's praising it at the time, and then it's like it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't. Someone just goes around it.
Well, in World
Well, that's what happened.
I mean,
is
what
that
a waste of fucking tax dollars that was.
As they built it, there was like Belgium was like, we got your back on this side, and then the war started, and like we're kind of afraid of Hitler, so
we're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
and they started building more of it along that part, but they didn't do it along the Ardennes forest because it was considered to be too dense for tanks to get through. But then Germany was like, no, we can get through there.
See, this is what we should see. The
Yeah,
Germans,
they
like
just
the German
blitzkrieg.
tribes, like this is what we should have done. The Greeks should have done this. They should have predicted what was going to happen because this is a real dark time in history. And what the Greeks should have done is when they were about to crumble, right? When like the Romans were coming to take them, the Greeks should have just burned all of their knowledge and wisdom and philosophy so it didn't get in the hands of your ancestors.
Yeah.
Because you guys just stole everything.
Yeah.
The Greeks were like the original hip hop black kids from the Bronx who created civilization, and you're just Eminem that you're a culture vulture.
Yeah. We came in and we took it.
You took it and you kind of made it better. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, we made
And
it.
M&M's the best. German cars are the best.
We made it better, and then
Nobody's driving a Greek
and then
car.
we had and then we had a dip in our career, and now we're back because of Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, you're kind of like me. You had a dip in your career, now you're back because of History Hyenas podcast.
What it is.
Es
Yeah.
lo que es.
So also, you know, there was Blitzkrieg, and then there was a part of the war. So first of all, this is all happening in May to June of 1940, right? And then there was a stalemate for a little bit because nobody wanted to make a move. Britain was getting their troops kind of ready. France was getting their troops ready. And for 8 months, the British called it the phony war, where nobody really moved. They kind of dug in like World War I. They started digging into the trenches again, and nobody's making any moves. Now, in those 8 months, it was called the Sitzkrieg. The Germans called it the Sitzkrieg. So it's, you know, not Blitzkrieg. It's like just sitting. You're just sitting and waiting. So for those 8 months, what Germany did, number one, here's what Germany knew. They knew that 2 things would fuck with your warfare. If you didn't work and drill on the new machinery, that was going to hurt. And also, if you let toots into your camp, that was going to hurt. So Hitler and Germany said, no toots, and we're going to drill, and we're going to work on the machinery. Where France and Britain, because they're lovers, not fighters for the most part, they didn't work on any in the 8 months. They just sat around, ate cheese, drank wine, banged out toots, and then didn't work on the machine. So by the time May of 1940 comes and the invasion of Dunkirk, and a little bit before, by the time they start to invade northern France, or like a month before, instead of France knowing how to use their manuals and knowing how to use their tanks and their weapons, and the British doing the same, the British Expeditionary Force doing the same thing, which is like Britain's elite fighting force, instead of learning all the manuals and learning all the new weapons, instead what happens? Germany starts to invade a country, and all of them have gonorrhea, herpes, or syphilis.
Yeah.
The STD, no, it's a true fact.
Yeah.
It was rampant.
Yeah.
So these guys were trying to fight with active chlamydia, and I know how that feels, and it's not cute.
Yeah, you got a little bit of a drip going on.
It just gets a little wet.
Yeah. And all the German soldiers were freaking high on crank.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids were on.
Are we going to talk about Pervitin now, or are we going to delay it? Okay, so let's talk about, real quick. Yeah, that's the big part of Blitzkrieg that I wasn't sure if we were going to just fucking delay, but it's just cute. And what it is, it's called Pervitin. So nobody.
It was kind of the Molly of its day.
It was the Molly of
It's
its
like
day.
the Molly of warfare.
It's like if you want to go see the 1975 and just vibe out, just take a little Pervitin and
Yeah.
just push some people in the shower.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah. So
Do you want to kill a whole bunch of people, local populations, but you want to feel real groovy about it? A little Pervitin really fucking makes you real sensitive to the touch.
a little Pervitin? You want to put on Hugo Boss uniforms and your fry boots and then just blame the end of civilization on people that really don't deserve it? A little Pervitin.
A little Pervitin will do that. It just fucking
Peace.
it makes world domination fucking key.
Yeah, you want to make your mustache only the length of your nostrils? A little Pervitin.
You know what? It's funny that I didn't even really know this till recently. Like, they never teach you that in school. They never teach you the reality that during every war, these soldiers had to be on something. In order to get people to walk straight into certain death, you got to be high.
Well, but that's the interest. So nobody could understand. Of course, Germany, like when they came like bat out of hell, that term, like that's what Germany was in World War II. Like nobody took them seriously because they got destroyed in World War I. So people are like, who gives a fuck about Germany? Like nobody cares about
Got
them.
choked up when you talked about Germany getting destroyed. You choked. Did you catch that? It got a little emotion for you.
Yeah.
That loss.
Can we tackle that?
That loss stays with you like the Yankees losing to the Astros for me.
Yeah, can you cackle that?
Your voice just cracked when
I
you
got a little
talked about
cracked out. Yeah,
Germans lost World
it
War
wasn't fair. Treaty of Versailles wasn't fair. We didn't start the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just what happens. This is why fucking World War II we had to do because you guys are fucking FFs.
Yeah.
So
Rest in peace, Uncle Victor.
yeah, rest in peace, Uncle Victor.
Shout out Smithtown Water.
Shout out Smithtown Water Department. Even though you beat the shit out of my whole family, you're a good guy.
Es lo que es.
Pervitin.
Okay, so perfect.
He was a genius. He had a couple. Of patents.
he had a couple of patents. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes it's just when you're.
But the kid liked the sauce too.
You like the sauce, and sometimes it's hard to do business when your life's just a fiesta.
Word.
So what Pervitin? So nobody could understand how the German army, the biggest part of Blitzkrieg, you can't have Blitzkrieg without Pervitin. And what Pervitin was a drug that the Nazis scientists created, and it's pretty much crystal meth. It's the same it's exactly where crystal meth came from, is Pervitin. So they made it in 1938. They marketed it as a magic pill for the alertness and an antidepressant and all that shit. And the soldiers started to use it. So, and specifically to the Wehrmacht troops. So the Wehrmacht was like, the Wehrmacht was the ground soldiers. The Luftwaffe was the Air Force.
Right.
That's how it worked. And the SS were the guards of the they were the bad.
Yeah, you didn't want to see those kids after the occupation.
You did not want to see the
They
SS
were
guys.
basically the guys who enforced occupation.
Well, because the truth is this, just real quick, if you were Wehrmacht or Luftwaffe, you didn't necessarily hate the Jews. You just had a gun pointed at your head and you had to fight for the German army. But if you were SS, you absolutely hated the Jews and you volunteered to work at those Holocaust camps. So really, like if anybody in your family was an SS, then you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But if you were Wehrmacht or Luftwaffe, you could just have been a German citizen that was forced to do this.
Yeah, and there's
But
two guys that would never have joined the SS, and that's Max
Max
Stubbins. Because we would have gotten out there to go to find the black guys in Nigeria.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Max and Stubbins is, yes, but it is true that there were no toots around in the German camp. We were Max and Stubbins, and we were sucking black cocks.
That's right. When the United States came onto the shores of France, we welcomed them with open arms, put our guns down, and said, "Where's the black guys?"
Yeah, finally, there's the black guys crossing English Channel.
Yeah, where is the black unit? Where's the Massachusetts 54th? Yeah.
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 Mike, you have to say?
Yeah.
Oh well,
I got a rant. Okay,
Wait,
let me finish about Purvis.
Okay, let's just get back to what we were saying, Mike.
Oh,
I mean,
Mike-
no.
it's Mike saying something?
No, Mike wants us to get back to the fucking.
Oh yeah, Pervitin. I got something to say about Pervitin.
Go ahead, just do it.
So Pervitin, it was the magic pill, and none of the European nations who the German forces, who the Nazis were invading, they couldn't understand how this fucking army kept moving like this. But it was Pervitin. Every soldier took it, and what its main effects were is not only was it a stimulant, hyper alertness, but it also decreased sensitivity to any type of any of the horrors of war. They were desensitized to it. So a lot of German soldiers after World War II that were all Pervitined out, they didn't even they were almost like in a blackout where they couldn't believe what they did. There was a very high suicide rate in like 1945 to 1950 when these soldiers were going back to Germany. Not only, I mean, one, obviously they were hated by the other European nations because they were all branded as Nazis. And two, the side effects of Pervitin are brutal. So much like, it's the same, how crystal meth, even in the gay community now, crystal meth, a lot of gay men will take crystal meth and then bug chase, which is they have sex with guys, they bang guys in the ass who knowingly have HIV because they're hyper alert, but their fear of things is low. So they wind up getting HIV and doing all this stuff, and it's called bug chasing. So Germans were the original bug chasers.
Yeah, they were the original bug chasers.
Yeah.
It's also worth highlighting that World War II was really the first war that was fought with like high level artillery.
Right.
No, World War I that's what we saw. Chemical warfare hit the scene.
Yeah.
That became one of the preferred methods of the late, not Saddam Hussein. I don't know why I said that. Can we just
Yeah.
tackle that?
larger
Yeah,
than
well,
men.
yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not-
I don't know where the word came
Yeah,
from.
now Zach choked up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. That was just like I don't know why I said the second word.
Just
but-
Ryan, we're used to saying
yeah,
late grade.
it's we're used to it. The late Saddam Hussein, that was his preferred method. So that was really a highlight of World War I was the chemical warfare. World War II is like that's when weaponry got to the point where it was like you were just throwing bombs at each other. And World War II was the first war where it was like planes just dropping bombs. Obviously, that's it ended with the atomic bomb, but it was just artillery. So
Yeah.
guys in the ground were just fucking shooting at each other.
Yes.
So that's where everyone was so behind Germany because they had panzer divisions that were going so fast that,
yeah.
and that's also why they were able to
The German
evacuate.
Panzer is really responsible
Well,
for a lot of their success,
and this-
right?
Exactly.
Big part of it, and that's why Pervitin was called Panzer Chocolate because it was tank chocolate.
Yeah. Did you just go pewing when you said that?
Yeah, a little bit. Did I
felt-
hit that German
No,
accent a
no,
little too hard?
No, but yeah, you did. And listen, I'll be really honest with you right now. I don't know what just happened,
Yeah.
but like
Got
that
uncomfortable?
made me uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
you looked at me and saying that with your look in that fucking jacket.
Yeah.
that I don't know where you got that from some fucking.
I got this from the set of American History X.
Yeah, I mean that jacket is like that's like a death metal British fucking
Yeah.
band jacket.
But then there's that.
But
Yeah, then
there's
he's got a little
then there's
rainbow flag
Cute
on
little
there.
rainbow flag, yeah.
Yeah, but
So
when you
Panzer
said that,
Chocolate,
yeah,
Panzer
can you
Chocolate.
stop saying that?
Sorry.
Yeah, stop saying that and looking at my face.
Luftwaffe.
Yeah, me and Venetia just got
Schnitzel.
scared.
Yeah.
I got hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah, you
tank
heard-
chocolate. So just real quick, that Panzer Chocolate means tank chocolate.
Thank
so
you.
they
Say
would
it like
just,
that.
They
Panzer
would
chocolate with your Ridgewood accent.
Yeah,
Don't try to do that.
tank
again.
chocolate. So they actually sell Panzer Chocolate at Rudy's. So they
Rudy's getting a lot of promo.
Yeah, Rudy's gets a
Fucking
lot of promo.
Good
Yeah,
Lindsay's.
good. Yeah. So
Can we get a cackle there,
no
please?
gas.
Sorry.
Yeah.
it was
Can we get a
time
cackle?
ago.
Yeah,
So
cackle for that. For, it's Chrissy.
That was interesting about
Yeah.
how Britain.
Who didn't you
also-
crack?
It's
That's what
it is.
Venetia said before.
You're gonna get punched through.
Yeah, I mean, who haven't you cracked?
This is a character piece. 420. It's
Yeah,
character
it's
piece.
character piece.
Patrick Mulrooney cracked
Character
people.
piece,
Yeah. It's a guy.
Ladder
It's
14.
a character piece about a guy who grew up, on the other side of the tracks. Then he started doing comedy. He started dabbing in the
Yeah.
arts, and the girls like the kid, so the kid fucking ends up. He gets a little.
Yeah,
Drip. He got a drip.
This Patrick Mulrooney. I just got one thing to say. Only that climate change is fucking from the Chinese.
It's
not
from
real.
the Chinese, and
It's
if you,
character piece.
if you think for 1 second that anybody in my fucking family is gonna be voting for fucking Bernie, then that fucking person's not invited to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's not about Thanksgiving, and yeah. All right,
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
you're also not getting into fucking heaven because that kid's a fucking communist from Russia.
Yeah, he's a
I mean,
communist
you're telling
from
me that
Russia.
fucking, you telling me that Bernie Sanders ain't fucking working for the Russians?
Yeah.
They keep telling me Donald Trump's working for fucking Russia. Donald Trump's been making money in this city for years.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders is a fucking Jew guy working for the Russians.
Yeah, first of all, he's from Vermont. That's where fucking all the Russians is.
Yeah, that's fucking stick some Hershey syrup in your ass. Yeah,
Because it's
fam.
cold up there, just so when the Russians fucking come here, the spies, they go to fucking Vermont
They go to
because
fucking
it
Russia.
reminds them of the fucking climate that they're from.
Yeah, and I just real quick, so anybody who's invited to Patrick Mulrooney's house for Thanksgiving, we're serving tank chocolate.
It's what it, yeah.
Ladder 14.
Yeah, it's a character piece.
Okay, Mike's got something to say.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Put on your ponchos.
so May 10th, 1940, that's when Belgium basically was getting invaded from the north.
Belgium.
When Germany started making their big push to start the war in the west. So
Big
they're
push.
done.
Huge.
They're done with Poland,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netherlands, all that shit.
Yeah.
So everyone goes north. They go to North Belgium to fight.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, a second division, like 2 panzers, a motor corps, and some planes, they go to the Ardennes and go up to the ocean and basically cut off the army. So there's a split. Half of them are up in Belgium, the other half is in France.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
that's what causes this whole situation.
Smart
Yeah.
tactics.
How much was it?
Yeah,
It was
flank
over.
'em.
Was it 400,000 British and French troops? Is that the number?
Yeah.
400,000 British and French troops fucking cornholed, as your late great Mr.
Yeah.
Pappas would say.
Yeah.
Also
Basically
India-
cornholed in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
And also people from Indian armies and the French Africans were also there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So that. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is sort of the beginning of the end for Neville Chamberlain. I mean, this is where they're going, hey guy, you're appeasing this kid, and Churchill's right about everything. We're gonna replace you with Churchill, and that could have really saved the world from the world becoming the show. What is it called?
Oh, Man in the High Castle.
You cannot underestimate the role that Churchill played
exactly.
in keeping the Nazis at bay until the boys fucking showed up.
Truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Truth.
And
Yeah, this
that-
whole time he was saying, "Don't trust Hitler, don't
Exactly.
trust Hitler."
And
Like,
Neville-
oh, you're a warmonger.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get us in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Neville Chamberlain, he just basically, he was in kind of an FF. He just would let anybody in. He kind of didn't care. But I really believe that even though it's like there's no way to prove it, Neville Chamberlain and the British elite, the monarchy of England, they all were in bed with the Germans. Some of them came from German families themselves.
Yeah,
So it
probably
all had
right.
to do that where Winston Churchill was a fucking British kid.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill was just a talking fucking piece of cod.
He was such a weird looking kid. He looked like a South Park character that came to life and grew up.
Yeah.
He looks like Cartman as an adult, animated in the flesh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a weird, strange
Yeah,
looking
and
kid.
he looked like he was going to drop any minute, and he lived to like 90 years old.
Yeah, he looks like the uncle from the Addams Family.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that kid's name?
Uncle Fester.
Yeah, he looks like Uncle Fester.
And he just always had a cigar in his mouth and a top hat, and he always had a limp. The kid's leg was always broken.
The
And
kid
he loved his
had a fucking cigar length named after him because the kid liked to smoke long ones.
Yeah. Yeah, so he completely went. I think the first day that he took over, Germany started invading Belgium, right?
Right. And on the 25th of May, that's when he ordered the withdrawal to the coast. I mean, the order to evacuate. They were still trying to get them to negotiate with Hitler. And he had to tell them, like, you can't trust this guy.
When you
He's
say they, you're
negotiated
saying
before.
France.
No, the English government, like
Oh, got it.
Halifax, one of the main guys, like, no, let's negotiate with them. That way we get to keep. We'll negotiate. We'll keep our shit, and then we kind of fuck everyone else over, and we'll make him happy. Like, no, he's gonna just invite us later. He's an asshole.
And Winston Churchill, I know, Britain made a decision they didn't even tell France. Britain just started leaving. Britain just started evacuating towards the Channel, where they didn't even alert France. They were like, well, you could do whatever the fuck you want now, guy.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
But some French also were evacuated too.
Well, in the end, so
They followed the British.
once Churchill started Operation Dynamo, he was like, we're gonna get all these boats. We're gonna get them out.
So Operation Dynamo, just real quick, was not it. Operation Dynamo was even more than British warships. It was anybody in England who had a boat, come across the channel, risk your life to save our soldiers.
Exactly.
That's Operation Domino.
Yeah.
Dynamo, sorry.
Domino is what you play in the alley with.
Yeah, Operation Domino's, where my dad gambled our family savings.
He had a little money on St. Joe's.
Yeah.
And
Operation, sorry.
There was over 400,000 troops. They thought maybe we'll save 45,000. Like they had really low expectations for this.
They're like, we're going to lose 90% of our army. It's just SLOKS.
Right, because the German bombers had destroyed all the docks, so they had to use. That's why they used the civilian ships. They had to have these smaller ships come in, pick up people, take them to the big ships.
But this, just real quick, just let me also too, during this time of late May into early June, when Dunkirk was being evacuated, there was something that I read too that said Hitler could have they could have decimated the entire army. They could have dropped bombs on everybody, but Hitler delayed the initial bombing, like carpet bombing of the soldiers on the beach, because he wanted to give Britain a chance to negotiate even more.
Well, that's where they were talking about negotiating in general, because he was trying to get stuff out of it. Not like, if I can kill your guys, you're not going to negotiate shit with me.
Right.
If I do this war of attrition, maybe you'll give us shit later.
And we could take your army, and you fight for us.
Yeah, the other thing is the ground troops stopped because the panzers were so fast. And they were like, we're like 20 miles out. Let's go in. And they're like, no, you got to wait for the rest of the army.
Right.
We'll all attack at once.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wanted Britain to just continue to appease. He was like, for now, he wanted an ally. He wanted not an ally, but a détente.
Yeah.
Going like, hey, man, we're just going to take France and we're cool. Let's negotiate.
Like, and even modern warfare now, how it's fought now, how like soldiers like jump out of the tanks and are like right behind the tanks' wheels. That's how like when even the U.S. will do that now. That was only started by that was like innovative. Nobody would even come close to a tank. It's the tanks going, then the soldiers are behind. But the Germans are just hanging off the tanks like it's a fucking garbage truck, because they were on Pervitin, they were on Panzer Chocolate.
They were kind of like the modern day Spartans.
Yeah.
Propelled from World War I. It became a war machine, much like Sparta. Sparta was like a war machine.
Yeah, they moved in the what was it?
Like their whole society was a war machine. It was like the Hitler Youth, and then from the Hitler Youth, you get into the army, and then you section off into either SS, Luftwaffe, whatever you're. I mean that was the government.
SS or FF.
Yeah, I mean the government became like,
we're a country that our business is war.
Our business is war, and the government was subsidizing a lot of these companies towards a war machine.
How Thailand's business is ladyboys, their business is war.
Absolutely,
it's what it is.
You know, the French and the Brits have had a rivalry going back all the way to the Battle of Hastings, right? We'll do that in another episode of Battle of Hastings. But they always hate each other. They still do. They have this sort of rivalry, like, kind of Boston, New York thing, but much worse.
Yeah.
It's a cultural, the French are cultural snobs. They look at the Brits like, ugh, they look down on them. So it's probably funny that there was a lot of French kids that had the opportunity to evacuate to England across the channel, and they were probably like, I'd rather die here than fucking.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it.
Than go and admit defeat with those slugs. Probably called them slugs across the channel.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, past like all the U-boats, there were in the bombers that were blowing shit up. They ended up rescuing 338,226 soldiers total.
That's a lot.
120,000 of them were French and other. So.
And a lot of kids died. How many kids died in this whole thing?
Quite a lot. I don't have that number. But
back then, it was just like 600,000 kids would be dead.
Yeah.
And also a U-boat showed up on the coast of Long Island at some point.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of kids going, look over there. Is that a fucking German U-boat?
Is that a U-boat? Yeah, these guys were going to they were trying to just open up their bagel stores, and they saw German U-boats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to have a bagel, but over there, I think there's a German U-boat.
Right. So they lost 68,000 soldiers.
Yeah, a lot of
the
BEF alone.
The British Expeditionary Force, which is like their Marines.
Yeah.
So
and thousands of French troops were left behind to be taken prisoners. So the thing is, the British got most of their out, but they left everybody else, which is, I understand you have to do that.
Well, part of it also was that someone had to stay and defend, because like they were still fighting. Like they weren't just like the Germans weren't not doing shit. There were still people fighting to keep them from coming to the beaches. So a lot of those people that did surrender at the end were because they were fighting them off while everyone else escaped.
Yeah, and some of these boats didn't make it either. I mean, these boats were being bombed. Basically, even though it was a civilian boat, because you were crossing into a war zone, Germany was like, listen, if you cross this line, we'll blow you up with our torpedoes.
Absolutely.
And it was like literally just on the fucking dinghy boat. I mean, they maybe had a handgun. They had nothing.
Right.
Absolutely.
Over 200 of the military ships and a quarter of the civilian ships were sunk.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, I mean, we should do our sponsors now for a second.
Yeah. Well,
we're brought to you by.
Let's put a bow on this.
Huh?
Let's put a bow on this.
Well, no. So, in overall, I mean, it's Dunkirk without literally, if I think two things. If Neville Chamberlain never gives power, never just, gets ousted out and Winston Churchill becomes the prime minister, I think eventually Britain probably is going to secede to Germany. Germany's going to get Britain, own that, and then they're probably going to come and invade the United States. That movie, Man in the High Castle, if Neville Chamberlain stayed as the prime minister, that probably would have been our reality. There would have been concentration camps in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
No, for sure.
That's probably what would have happened.
And the Germans wouldn't have sustained the losses that they did fighting the British for so long. The British really fought hard, man.
Yeah.
And they were outgunned, but they just kept fucking fighting, and London kept getting bombed, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Hitler bombed the shit out of
London.
England. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just but then of course
Then, of course, you wake up.
you woke up the boys.
You woke up Aaron Judge's bat.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. The bats got woken up.
It's like Germany, you were doing, whatever you were doing your thing, but then your fucking biggest mistake was getting Japan involved because their kids are just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They tried to come to our back
Fucking
door.
stupid.
Think that they could sink half our army in Pearl Harbor, and it's like, listen, guy, all right, guy, what you did, all you fucking did was you fucking woke up the boys.
Yeah.
So now, unfortunately, no more bento boxes for you.
That's what it is.
Es lo que es.
Yeah, we made your whole country our lunch special.
Yeah, that's what
Character
that's
piece.
what happened to
It's
you.
just what happened, and things are good now. I mean, the kid, I want to go to Tokyo bad.
Yeah.
And I know Mike wants to go to Tokyo bad because, he'll just fucking come on the anime there. But Mike will crack open an anime editor.
Yeah.
So
when this podcast gets big and Mike gets a real dough in his pocket, there's no way that kid is not going to move to Tokyo.
Yeah, I think Mike's first. Yeah, Mike.
Are you big into anime?
Not big in anime.
What's your thing? What are you into?
Blow up dolls. Yeah.
That's number one, right?
I just collect them though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
collect, yeah.
Comedy. That's my thing.
Yeah, but what's your side hobby love?
Oh,
You're too smart a kid to just become. You got to have
Mike
like
is a smart kid.
comic books or something.
it used to be video games.
Video
but I haven't
games.
really played in forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you are you big into Star Wars and things like that?
But I like that stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go crazy over it.
Yeah.
I used to perform comedy at comic book anime conventions. We
Right.
do stuff there.
Right. Those kids love you. See, that's Mike can attract that fucking
No, he
demographic
is.
for us.
Mike already is doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get all those kids.
Yeah.
Kids who like smell their fingers and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We need that
No,
demographic.
we need that.
back
No,
there. You know what
no.
I'm talking about? Those kids who like read comic books and smell their fingers the whole time?
Yeah.
We need those kids.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, we need those kids. They play. They
Well,
do.
those things got weird because now they're all like woke kids and
Right.
Oh, this is
They do
Yeah.
reenactments in the park.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just look, we don't
I mean-
look.
Yeah.
You said it as a joke, but that's what they do.
No, those kids reenact war scenes in the park. That's
Yeah.
what we need, and then they smell their fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, they,
Word.
Yeah.
yeah, they just
Yeah. No, we need that.
Yes.
That's because those kids love podcasts.
Yeah, we just got to, those are the type of kids that, let's just be honest, unfortunately, those are the types of kids that if they were here watching, a couple fans, we invited them down to sit in the cast, and then we left, they would stay and say they'd help out Zach, but they'd be smelling Venetia's seat.
Yeah. It's just
Those
what
are
it is.
those types of kids.
Yeah.
They would just
Word.
sniff her seat.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So
Word.
to put a bow on that, to put a bow on Dunkirk is
The boys fucking won the war.
boys fucking won the war.
Came and bailed you out. We should get a fucking tax break every time we go to France.
Yeah.
There should be cheap flights for the descendants of any American who had an ancestor who fought in the service.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get half fucking price flights to fucking Paris or Paris.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Are those two cities?
French fries and fucking mimes at birthday parties should just be free.
Listen, guy, if me and Chrissy come into your fucking country, we should get 2 crepes on the house.
Yeah, just give me a fucking crepe on the house.
That's what it is.
Even though I got to stop eating sweets.
Yeah, you do.
It's just what it is. So ultimately, France made a lot of mistakes evacuating. Germany made some mistakes with Dunkirk. And then what happened was ultimately England was able to get 338,000 soldiers back, fight to continue the fight against Germany. And then Pearl Harbor happened, and then the U.S. came in, and then it was just donezo for Germany.
It was on. Yeah, the real significance of it is that Germany, in its effort, Hitler's effort to maybe negotiate and keep Britain out of the war for longer, allowed them to evacuate when he really could have did some more damage. And on the flip side, Chamberlain got woken up and he was ready to fight.
Yeah, because just real quick, we're going to talk about this too, but this is just something that was interesting to me, and I never realized it, because when you think about World War II and the U.S. entering, when they entered because of the being provoked by Japan. So United States sent majority of their troops to fight the full force of the Japanese army. By the time we started fighting Germany, they were already kind of decimating themselves because they were being beaten by the British. They had
The Russians.
split half their force in Russia, which was just fucking stupid. So really, Germany, we kind of wiped the floor with Germany pretty quickly.
Yeah, and if we
Well,
didn't,
not we.
if we didn't
British
mention
soldiers. I didn't do anything.
if we didn't mention
Yeah,
it,
and I would do nothing if the war was right now. I would have done nothing. I would
Yeah.
have just said I have GERD and I can't go.
no, you would have been
Word.
one of those few German soldiers that went with a toot and got a drip.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have crossed the Maginot Line just to bang out toots.
That's what you would have did. Or you would have, or you would have been Corporal Christie, and you would have made friends with the Germans
Yeah.
and the French.
Yeah, I just would have been friends with everybody. Yeah, and I would have just and I would have just said, "Watch my show, stupid questions." Who the fuck knows when it's even on anymore?
And here's the thing. If we didn't mention it, Dunkirk is a port. I don't even think we mentioned that.
It's a port in France, didn't we? Did we say that?
I don't know.
I don't think we ever actually-
I don't
Sorry.
even actually.
And we're gonna go do a Patreon video in Dunkirk. We're gonna go.
Yeah. Well, we're actually doing. We're going back to
Yeah.
Munich.
Yeah.
We're getting booked. I don't think we're making any money, but we're going back and we're gonna hold hands and we're gonna fucking
We're gonna
sightsee.
We're gonna do it.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna bring Venetia to Venetia's.
Venetia's gonna come. Yeah.
She's gonna fucking bring T-shirts.
422 because I think she's pregnant.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's
I
just
mean,
what it is. I'm just
Dope.
kidding.
it's not comfortable for you as a German kid to keep referring to this girl that you're seeing by a number.
Yeah.
That's just not what we
Yeah.
want to keep doing.
I like her a
She's
lot.
got a name. Just give her a fake name. I don't want to keep calling her a fucking
Okay,
number.
I'm gonna give her a fake name right now.
Yeah.
Ava.
Ava. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Ava.
That's not.
I was just. Oh yeah, we're getting away from that.
No,
Sorry.
Ava's.
Let me give her a fake
There's
name.
a lot of people who got
Martha.
the-
Martha Washington.
Martha
Her name's
Washington.
Martha.
Martha Washington.
Yeah, Martha. She's
Yeah.
got a nice fat ass.
Let's just call her
As
Ursula.
look as.
Ursula. Because
Yeah,
you want
Ursula. Yeah, because I bang out Ursula.
You would.
I would bang out. Yeah, even though Ursula has fumes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
listen, guys, we got two fucking sponsors we're excited about.
Yeah, read them quick.
Top
I wanna
tier,
get to the Patreon name.
non-toots, James Altucher. This
Oh.
kid. Yeah, what do you got to say about
Oh,
this
James
kid?
Altucher.
First of all, he's got wild hair. He looks like Albert Einstein.
James Altucher looks like he walks out of his house every day like he just got electrocuted, and I fucking like it.
I like that.
So James Altucher, who owns Stand Up New York, or is a part owner of Stand Up New York, he's the first Bitcoin millionaire. I mean, the kid was a millionaire or billionaire before any of the Bitcoin, but he wrote like a book on how to use Bitcoin successfully. I heard him on Tony Robbins' podcast. Tony Robbins loves and respects him. I love and respect Tony Robbins. So if you're a friend of Tony Robbins, James, you're a friend to us, and you're also giving us $500 a month for your small business support. And I sent you a message on what you'd like to say, and you never responded because you have so much money it doesn't even matter. So I'm just going to tell the people to go follow you on Instagram and Twitter and social media at James Altucher. I think it may or may not be that. And also go to your club, Stand Up New York.
One of the great clubs in New York.
One of the great clubs in New York City. It's great, and you guys have brought it back, and you're probably just using that for a tax write-off.
As look as.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and also
We got to give a shout out to our boy. Shout out to Smithtown Water.
Midtown Water.
Tank Sinatra. Tank's good news, guys. All you got to do on Instagram is go follow Tank Sinatra or Tank's Good News, and you can see how big that kid is.
Yeah.
And that kid, he's still on a cycle of Winstrol.
Yeah, he's still in a cycle of Winchell. His real name is George, and he's a smart fucking
Is his
jack
real
kid.
name George?
Yes, his real name's George, and he's just a smart fucking jack kid. And he's got his Instagram.
If I saw
account-
you and him walking at me,
yeah,
yeah,
it'd be a problem.
I'm getting
Well,
nervous.
he's got a very German last name. I don't want to. I don't.
What's the last name?
Reusch.
His name is George Reusch.
George Reusch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's just a kid. Yeah, and he just looks at me. He looks. For me, I don't know for sure. We can ask him when I see him if he comes to my shows at Gotham, which only has tickets left for November 29th, BTW. And I think only the 10 o'clock show, so get him quick. But he's coming to the show, and he just looks like the type of kid that I'm almost positive he wears tidy-whitey underwear. Yeah.
He does have a look like he's got.
Yeah, he just wears jeans and tidy-whities, and it's just what it is. But they're crystal clean. I would sniff him if he gave me a pair.
Yeah, because kids like that are really ripped like that.
They-
They like to wear bikini shorts because it like shows off more of their body.
Yeah, it shows off more.
There's
of
no way
his
that
ripped
kid's in
look.
boxer briefs.
No,
yeah.
he wears tidy-whities.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just what it is. And yeah, if he eats too much protein, they will have shit stains.
They will. So go check out Tank's Good News, Tank Sinatra. He also has a podcast. Go check that
Yeah,
out.
I mean, everybody could just do whatever they want. I mean, the kids, he had an Instagram account. Now he just does stand-ups. I mean, it just doesn't matter at all.
The kid's
It's-
running.
it's
he's
on-
going to run for office
Yeah.
in Smithtown. I mean,
Yeah,
the
it
kid's just
doesn't
doing it all.
matter.
Yeah.
Go find him on fucking.
Yeah, vote for him for sheriff of Long Island.
Yeah, whatever. Legion is. It's on Gas Digital, which is You know, everything's behind the paywall. It's a good business
Yeah,
model. The
you
owner
go
does
slap
ketamine
box
in the
with Lewis,
woods.
yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, you know, Jay Okerson wears fingerless gloves.
It's what it is. I mean, if you give Gas Digital enough money, you might be
Whatever.
able to slapbox Lewis.
Yeah, it
it's
doesn't
just
matter.
what it
And
is.
then Joe Rogan will comment on it. Now Jeremiah Watkins sells out. So it just doesn't
It
matter.
just doesn't matter.
The world, who gives a fuck?
It truly
You know?
doesn't matter
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, it does.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah, we're doing this podcast live from Dunkirk. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Puerto Rican kid from fucking Bangladesh.
Yeah,
Who
it's-
cares?
It's just what it is.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, so go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
w-
read out the fucking sponsors again. Nobody gives a shit. Just read them out quick. The
care,
five.
we care.
Oh yeah, sorry, we do care. Yeah, what is it? Fucking.
Venetia just wants you
Yeah,
to care.
sorry. Yeah, 9th Street
But
Auto.
you can't change him. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, whatever.
He
Fuck-
keeps trying to get rid of every one of these
Yeah,
sponsors.
fucking CBD scripts, whatever you want to fucking go to the website. CBD scripts. You know, if you need a fucking release from reality because you can't take your dumb fucking life, then just go have CBD. 9th Street Auto Collision, which is on Long Island, so it's fucking stupid. You know, go to 9th Street, get your car cracked open and cleaned out.
Venetia doesn't like any of this.
Yeah, Dr. Harvey Spencer Oswald.
Want to go there now?
Yeah, you do.
Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr. from South Rock Hill, South Carolina. Go get your teeth cracked open and cleaned out. I mean, go to the fucking dentist.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to if you live in the South Carolina area, go. I mean, if you want to drive from Maine to South Carolina and do this, you can do it. Fucking post a video on Patreon. You're Franks and Beans and you know it.
You know it.
Nutrition Made Fun. You know, he's doing LSD in the woods. He wrote it on Patreon. So you could go to his website, nutritionmadefun.com, and he'll fucking tailor some fucking diet workout for you bullshit. It doesn't matter. If you don't know, you know, go on keto. Who cares? I mean, I like looking at Nutrition Made Fun's Instagram because he always makes me want to eat a salad, but then I get depressed that I'm not eating salad, so I just order more tortellini. So go to Nutrition Made Fun on Instagram. Then we got the other kid, Dr. Sandra Hussein Azizi, wherever the fuck his name is. He's a GI doctor who also does stand-up.
I thought he said he's a
Wei
jihad
Shang-Chien.
doctor.
Yeah, he's a jihad doctor. He does his GI shit. So what is he on Instagram? Sandra Azizi.
Yeah, you go to Dr. Souls.
Dr. Souls
Dr.
on
Souls.
Instagram.
He's an ass doctor.
He's an ass doctor, but he also Sadra Azizi, but he also does comedy too.
Yeah.
So if you trust
I mean,
that, do whatever
everyone's
the
doing
fuck you
yeah,
want.
I mean,
it
what do you-
doesn't matter. And what's the last one? Who's the one? Who's
Lakeside Maple,
Lakeside Maple? Who's good? His granola's fucking good. People
Chris
say-
puts it in his ass.
People put it in their ass, put it in your yogurt. He came to the show with a Lakeside Maple t-shirt. Theo Vaughn has a Lakeside Maple t-shirt. I mean, he's got a fucking nice business.
Yeah.
You know, it's granola. It's good. It doesn't
It's not
matter.
granola, it's trail mix.
It's trail mix. It's the same shit. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
And just go to
Sprinkle it
his
in
website.
your ass, on
go
your
support
face.
him on Instagram. I
Yeah.
mean, really, you know, like really, guys. It's just like we're reading your shit out. You know, we're getting more followers, but I think you just, yeah, if fucking go online, get these people shit, Lakeside Maple, and you know, they're giving us whatever they're giving us, $100 a month. I mean, it's nice enough, but it's like, you know, eventually we're just gonna have to cut it all off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Venetia.
low
Let's read
Yes.
some names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Venetia did not like that, Chris.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the Patreon.
She
name.
specifically told you before not to do what you just
No.
did, and you just did it.
Well, she said it was
Right.
boring, so I'm just trying to spice it up.
yeah, I think it went the other way.
All right, well, let's see what the fans think.
I thought it was awesome.
Mike thought it was
Mike,
good.
we'll see what happens.
But I would, I mean, yeah,
Okay, so are
I'm not
these the
paying
Patreon
$100,
names?
but I would listen to the whole thing. Yes, these are the Patreon names.
Wait, so what's this?
Those are the I have a copy.
Oh, so it's only these 2 pages?
Oh, he has the third page.
Oh, can I have the 3rd page for the Patreon name?
Sure.
Here, just use these 3.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. So as always, we read out the newest members of our Patreon, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. These guys have joined the matriarchy. Cackle, I almost said cackle, like crackle on the bonfire. So it's cackle.
Doesn't
Let's
matter.
just steal that.
We
from
are
them,
the
too.
bonfire.
Yeah,
I'm Dan Soder.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
the-
mean,
yeah.
everybody says wild now. and
Chris,
you gotta-
Chris Distefano's crowd work special is
What?
coming out tomorrow.
yeah, it's coming
Who
out tomorrow.
cares? We don't
check out my special on HBO.
Yeah, I'll be opening for Mike tomorrow in Poughkeepsie. Why
Yeah,
not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So these people went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. You guys should too. We encourage you guys to read out to make a funny name. And if you don't want to make a funny name, we just say you're going straight to the back. And that's fine too. You're just here for the content. Okay, started off. Craig Black, Yanni, guess my ethnicity, and I'll become a $10 non-too.
That's one we read wrong on a previous one.
Yeah.
And she said she will up it if we.
If we can guess. What's
Guess
the name
right.
again?
Craig Black.
Craig Black.
I'm gonna guess that they are.
I'm gonna go Wasp. I'm
Wasp?
going Wasp.
I'm gonna go.
White kid.
Yeah.
Wasp. White
White.
Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Okay, good. That's our guess.
Yeah.
Liam McCabe here for the content, straight to the back.
Yeah, it's an Irish kid.
Johnny G, hat dipped down, straight to the back.
Hat dipped down straight to the back. That kid's a DJ.
Yeah, Joe Morrow.
Joe Moore.
Kevin Flood Breisman.
Straight to the content.
Yep, MJ Funkhauser.
MJ
funny.
Funk's had, and we got a couple DJs.
Will, if the Eagles lose again, I'm gonna boil my nutsack.
It's a Philly kid.
Philly kid.
Philly kids are funny.
Yeah. Weston registered flex offender Johnson.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, he's a Jack Kid.
Yeah, that's enough. We got to give him a nomination.
Lect 1, Lect 1. Okay. Tuck back steel pie Papa Pedro.
I mean, he's the front runner. Front runner.
Cool Cam XXX at xxxxx.com.
Right. That one, their name was blank.
Okay.
So I just put the first part of their email.
Sure.
Guys,
All right.
So they
just
don't
make
read
your names
that.
clear in
Yeah.
the future.
They
Yeah.
just didn't have a name. It was
All
weird.
right.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying them. Like, come on,
Yeah.
just fucking make it clear. I mean, you know,
Alex Stern,
I'm here for the content.
John,
Here for the content.
Steve hit him at the microwave 2020.
It's our second microwave one, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
Wei Song
That's a
Xiang.
that's a callback to Pearl Harbor episode,
Yeah.
which was basically the Pearl Harbor of our episodes.
Yeah, it's just what it is. We snuck attack, and it's got everybody interested in us.
Yeah.
Everybody started paying attention to our fucking imperial empire.
Yeah.
When I said that the Japanese and Chinese look the same.
Yeah, and you also said your whole country goes in the microwave.
It's what it is, but it got Bill
Character
Burr
piece.
listening and SLOKS.
As Locas said, you know, technically you're not wrong. They did attack the boys first, so you got what's coming to you.
You got what's coming to you, yeah. Yeah,
Wei
no, so
Song
it's-
Xiang.
it's just what it is.
It's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Rachy cutie with a non-toot booty.
Good one.
Good one. Like
Good
it.
one.
Houston Williams.
Here for
Brit-
content.
Brittany. Could be. Okay.
Who knows who that is?
Yeah, could be. Mikey, crack me open and clean me out like the sauce monkey I am, Magilio. Yeah.
I mean, the Italians just win in
They're
this.
funny.
They have like an unfair advantage.
Yeah. Emil Freehow, here for the content.
Here for the content.
Spanos.
Spanos.
Yeah, it's
That's
Greek kid.
funny. Yeah, Greek kid.
Alex Unkirky Beef Jerky looking to clean out Venetia's herpy torso.
Kid went Venetia got shocked at that.
Yeah,
one.
Venetia, she doesn't have herpes.
That kid tried to do a triple
Word.
bat flick, and I think I'd give him an 8.7.
Yeah. Here we go. Noel Abdallah. Wow.
Wow.
Got the muzzies coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Purple-headed yogurt slinging hot dog gun busting open abstract painters.
I
So,
mean-
some reality's a suggestion for this kid.
I mean, that kid's going for it, but you know, it's like he was doing a dartboard and it hit an adjacent wall.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
Rob, 10 Our Fathers, 10 Hail Marys, SLOKS Hernandez. Yeah.
Another goodie. I think that was Mike's favorite.
Then we got Girth Brooks.
That's a goodie.
Like Garth
don't
Brooks.
underestimate that. That's a goodie.
Yeah.
Girth Brooks.
Then we got Dougie Dykare with an average piece.
Another goodie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Landon Zirkelback. Oh, shit, that's a German kid.
Yeah, that's a German.
Then we got Emma Fernandez.
Que pase, mi gente.
Then we got Tommy Two Balls tucked way back Headland.
Good one.
Good one.
Good one. Clyde Drexler.
Then we got Jacqueline Silverman.
Here for the content, and she screwed in.
Yep. Vili Racalari. Vili Ralacari.
I mean, you're just giving him an Indian accent. You don't know if that's Indian.
Ralacari.
He's
Yeah.
like, "I don't
Yeah. Yeah.
Wei Song Xiang.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Andela Jowlo.
Here for the content.
Nathan Westerfield.
Oh, that's a white kid.
Brandon would let Chris tongue punch my fart box, but Dad's still alive, Thompson. You're gonna get punched through.
I think we move him to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Would
think
let
we-
Chris tongue
Yeah.
punch my fart box, but Dad's still alive.
Yeah.
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 Fart box is funny.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that might be the top. But the other kid was good too. We got to read him back
Yeah.
at the end.
Okay, yeah. Carlos, the baby stabbed me on Rikers, SLOKS Alvarez.
Yeah, I like
That's
it too.
another one, yeah.
But he's a Clyde Drexler. You got to,
Yeah.
Clyde Drexler.
Caleb J. Cochran.
Here for the content.
Patrick Pister.
Here for the content.
Jack.
Jack is a black kid.
Yeah. Nick Labasi.
How you doing, Nick Lebowski? I got a van.
Jesse Crabble.
Hey, Jesse, you're a fucking wasp.
One Toot, a dog, and Clarendon D.
He went for it, but
Okay.
he hit an adjacent wall.
I like it.
Yeah.
Rakana Connell.
Here for the content.
Valentino Ruiz.
Here for the content.
John Cook.
Hey, John Cook.
Emily got a situation with the father, but make no mistake, he's gonna, and then it got cut off. Yeah, sorry about that. The name's too long, but we appreciate it. But he's gonna whatever.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's Emily got a situation with the father, but make no mistake, he's gonna find out. Chris is cracking me open. Snapchat CDTV.
Yeah.
John, the half Nicaraguan sauce monkey, aka Anne Franks and Beans. Yeah.
Yeah, put him up there in the nomination.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They're coming with heat, these
Heat.
kids.
David Solano.
I'm here for the content.
Stephen Koss.
I'm here for the content.
Adam, China's #1 Barna.
Yeah. He just took a swing and he got a single.
Sean Sandoval.
Here for the content, and he's definitely a fiesta.
Yeah. Chrissy Massapequa was in my mouth while Yanni puts it in my rear part. Yeah,
you gotta-
that's real creative.
yeah, it's
now
creative.
the peak was in my mouth. It's
Yeah,
funny. Well,
yeah.
Giannis puts it in my real park.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a nomination.
Mikey, I'm such an FF that I've beaten AIDS twice, Curtis.
Clyde Drexler, though. Clyde Drexler, it was great, but it's just born in the wrong era.
Jack Bush,
Here for the
the
content.
gentleman of Northeast Philly, Pat Craig,
Pat Craig.
Yeah.
These Philly kids are funny.
Kyle,
Yeah, he's
Kirk Gregory,
a black kid.
Steven Swigum,
All for the content.
Mauricio Ramos, and then last but not least, Amber. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout, Chrissy D, tip me over and clean me out.
It's a goodie. Clyde
we got-
Drexler, though.
Oh, here we go. No, we got a few more.
Clyde Drexler.
Andrew Maddie,
Con-
Hitler drank Smithtown water.
It's a goodie, but
Yeah.
Clyde
Queen
Drexler.
Jean,
Yeah.
yeah.
That needs that.
Corey
that up.
fell for the finger popping of a half Moroccan. Now I got a situation.
That's a Clyde.
Yeah.
He threw a dart. It ended up on an adjacent wall.
Yeah.
But he went
and
for it.
This is all one word. Threw Hay Burton peanut butter, then rolled him in batteries like breadcrumbs. FKA Nicodemus Papadoulos.
Pretty good, but the kid's born in the wrong era. But you know, you got to give him an A for effort.
Then we got Sid. And then last but not least, we got Ryan from Boston, no fume potato monkey, getting fizzy like Frank Rizzi.
You crumb.
Yeah.
you got to nominate that kid too. Oh,
For me,
boy.
PPW is either
Want me to read them?
Massapequa in my mouth, Rhea Park, or the other one was
Let's hear him. Go
We
quick.
got Ryan from Boston, no fume potato monkey, getting fizzy like Frank Rizzi.
That's a goodie.
Weston registered flex offender Johnson. Tuck back steel pipe Pedro. Mikey cracked me open and cleaned me out like the sauce monkey I am. Meglio.
Yeah.
Rob 10 Our Fathers, 10 Hail Marys, SLKS Hernandez. Girth Brooks, Dougie Dyke here with an average piece. Tommy 2 balls tucked away back Headland. Brandon would let Chris tongue punch my fart box, but Dad's still
Tongue
alive.
punch my
There it
fart
is.
box is
Yeah,
the
that's
winner.
the one.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't even have to go on.
Okay.
Feels like the winner.
Yeah, that's the
I
winner.
think so
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Tongue
It
punch
was
my
that one or
fart box.
Chrissy Massapequa one. I think Brandon
Yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, I think the fart box is the number one. Guys, congratulations to all of you. They're all great. There can only be one winner. Continue. Don't forget, if you're still a toot, go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Become a non-toot. Our live shows will be up on Patreon exclusively forever. They're never going to be released to the fucking toots. Only for the non-toots that were not at the show. They're the only ones who will be able to feast on the live shows, plus bonuses and all types of additional content over at patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. We've also cracked 1,000, which means the Sandra D video is a coming.
It's coming, and it's coming quick. Go to historyhyenas.com, YannisPappasComedy.com, ChristyComedy.com. We got a lot of dates coming up. Mike, what's your website again?
At Mike V. Suarez on Instagram.
At Mike V. Suarez on Instagram. Zachy,
At Z the Dropout on Instagram.
and then Venetia.
At Venetia A. Jarris.
Yeah, and don't DM her.
And also, please Word. rate us on iTunes. Just go there,
Yes.
give us 5 stars, and say something funny that you like about
5
the
stars
show.
reviews, and then if you get a chance, go on our Instagram, either at Christy Comedy, at Yannis Pappas, or at History Hyenas, and read our New York Times review that just came out. It was a great interview. It was a privilege. Thank you so much to the writer who wrote that. We appreciate it. It was
His name was Jenkins J. Jenkins.
Oh, Jenkins J. Jenkins the third. Yeah, and it's just great. I'm happy that he's a diverse writer, and it was beautiful. All right, have a nice time, and I gotta go take some Pervitin.